Yes, my dear friends, welcome back to the channel. A very good day to you guys all out there, wherever you are, around the globe, especially on the continent of Africa, in Europe, America, Canada, Australia, or right here in Southeast Asia. Ladies and gentlemen, well, something happened on the 30th of June, in fact 29th-30th, which I have not spoken about right here on this channel, GH247 News. And look, I want to take you back a little, because looking at my country, Ghana, a lot of things are happening right now that we need to digest very well. The current government, the current administration, led by His Excellency, President John Dramani Mahama, is doing so much such that Ghana's economy right now is actually being stabilized. In just last week, it was announced that Ghana's debt, Eurobond debt, yes, part of it has actually been paid even ahead of time. $700 million of Eurobond debt was paid ahead of time. It's like, I owe you money and you gave me up to the end of the month to pay, but I'm bringing you the cash today. That is what the government is doing right now, to build confidence in the system. Unfortunately, things do happen. There was a flood, which of course affected even the UK. I saw a video within the same period in the UK. There was a flooding. There was the same flood happened in Nigeria. It happened in Cote d'Ivoire. Many West African countries experienced the same flooding. Of course, death toll in Ghana was around 34 people died. And the flood caused so much damage to properties, which I'll be showing the videos right here. Now, after the flood, His Excellency, the President, bought an aircraft, helicopter, to tour the entire country to see firsthand for himself the damages that the flood had caused. Whilst in that helicopter, he was accompanied by security officials. They went around the entire nation, especially Accra, to view the areas that were affected most. Right after that, he announced a severance package to restore normalcy. As we speak, it's been announced that tomorrow there will be a general cleaning. It's more like a public holiday. The Interior Minister has announced that tomorrow and Sunday there will be a general cleaning all through the 7 regions that were affected by the flood. Ladies and gentlemen, why am I bringing this up? The opposition party in Ghana, it seems like right now, they have lost their memory, they've lost their brains. None of them are speaking common sense any longer. Including, the worst part is that when you look at the leader of the opposition in Ghana's parliament, it's like they are not reasoning. Honorable Afenyo Markin. Do you know the meaning of the word Afenyo? The home is good, or yes, Afe in Ewe. The man hails from the Volta region. His father is a Voltarian. He is an Ewe. But he settled, I think, the man from the central region. So he grew up in the central region. That is why he's representing the people of the central region. But his root is from the Volta region. His name is Afenyo. Afenyo. The home is good. Yet this man doesn't act like someone who came from a good home. You saw His Excellency in the aircraft, bought the aircraft touring Accra to see in first hand the damages caused by the flood. And you came to Parliament to say what? That the President was in a helicopter while those who were affected were on the ground. No, the President should have walked in the water and tour every part of Accra. How many days would it have taken him to tour the entire Accra? When the flood waters are carrying people on the ground, logically, what do you think the President should use? They should bring the boat, right? Yes, alternatively, right? Common sense will tell you that alternatively the boat, but the boat cannot even go through everywhere. The naval boats can't go through everywhere. The only logical way to tour the entire Accra and some part of the country is to go by helicopter. Yet the opposition leader in Parliament saw it as a wrong move made by the President. Ladies and gentlemen, let me not talk much. I want you to watch this very this video. And I will continue from there. Guess what this? This is His Excellency, the President of Ghana, touring Accra. Yes. Now, these are our friends on the other side of Parliament, the minority. Afenyo Markin-led group in Parliament saw this as a wrong move made by the president. I don't get it. Is it that currently there's no normal human being in that party called New Patriotic Party, NPP, that can speak sense any longer? Or they are only playing mischief, that everything that the government does is wrong? Any move made by His Excellency is wrong. Come on, we expect you to be a responsible opposition. Responsible opposition that can keep the government on its toes. That is what we expect you to do. You are the opposition, and look, no government can develop a nation without opposition. No government. Unless we have gone back to the military rule or something. Now, quickly, listen to Afenyo Markin. Listen to him.
President visiting families. The president visiting families. We saw him in the air. We saw him in the helicopter. Mr. Speaker, those who lost their lives, we have not seen any government official reaching out to them. Their families, those who lost properties, we have not seen any action from government. What we know is that the president was comfortably in the helicopter in the name of surveying, finding out. But Mr. Speaker, the people who suffered are in their homes. The people the president visit.
Now, just imagine, this is more like a comedy, right? Are we joking? Are you kidding me? No. This is an astute lawyer. He is an astute lawyer. A young man, very energetic, that you have. Is it because you belong to that party or what? I don't get it. You know, ladies and gentlemen, we have the same age. Unfortunately, he's gotten a better opportunity and he is where I am. We are of the same age. Most of them, they are of the same age with myself. It's rather unfortunate. I find myself here right now, but all fingers are not equal. So I will not blame anyone. But it marvels me that an astute lawyer like Afenyo, very educated, in Ghana we call lawyers what? There's a name we refer to them. Learned man. And you speak as if even a kindergarten child, I'm sorry to say, you expect the president to walk in a flat to go and visit the people. How many days did it take the president to announce a severance package for the people? Those who were affected. You see, you have the right to ask legitimate questions in Parliament. You have the right to comment on issues in Parliament, especially when it affected part of the region where you come from, the central region, your own region. You have the right to ask, when are they, when is my region, the people in my constituency, when are they receiving their packages? When is the government going to attend to them? You can ask those questions. But you don't go talking about the president boarding an aircraft to survey the whole country of Accra, to see firsthand the area that were devastated by the floods. I'm sorry, Afenyo Markin. Honorable. Sometimes I find it difficult to call these guys honorable. Because his behavior, the way he speaks, it doesn't seem to me that these people actually deserve that title. I'm sorry. If you don't like anything at all about the government, this is not, I think I heard His Excellency, the former Vice President, Mamadou Bawumia, doctor, talking about, or trying to encourage them, trying to let them know that this is not a time to go political. That this is a national disaster. Oh, you cannot even heed to your own leader's advice. Your current flag bearer, the flag bearer of your party that most likely will come into power in 2090. In 2090, most probably. You cannot even heed to the advice he gave. Afenyo. Your house, your home is good. That is your name. But unfortunately, maybe no wonder you didn't live in your home in the Volta region. You chose to live somewhere in the central region. So the name Afenyo, you are not living to that name. I'm sorry. And you see, do you know why I even came this very morning with this issue? Another Ewe man, another one from my region, in that same party. I think it's only the two of them that are in that party that are so vocal, right? The communication director, Anyagba. Also on the TV, on another TV station, UTV. And if you listen to him, he was like, he said what? I'll play the video for you soon. He says, if they were to be in power, if the new patriotic party were to be in power, if not that they had lost the election, the flood that took place wouldn't have taken place, wouldn't have happened, and the 34 lives wouldn't have been lost. My goodness. Is it that Hyagba knows something that we don't know? That he knows something that we are not aware of? That if his government were to be in power, the flooding wouldn't have taken place. What would they have done? Is it not during their tenure, 8 years in government, Minister of Sanitation, Cecilia Dapa, was given $3 million to dredge the Odo River? There's a river that whenever that river overflows, there's always a flood in Ghana. She was given over $3 million to be paid to contractors to dredge that Odo River. Where did that money go? Didn't we later on find that money in her bedroom? And she claimed the money belongs to her deceased brother. Her deceased brother. Come on. Listen to Anyagba. Listen to him carefully. Oh, come on. This is before then, this is part of Accra. This is part of Accra. You are seeing on your screen the devastating effect of the flood in Ghana, Accra, Ghana. This is part of Accra. And in fact, Ghanaians need to sit up. We can do better as people. Ghanaians, all this rubbish in this, we can do better. You don't throw things anyhow. This is, apart from natural disaster, we could have done better with our garbages. No matter how much government try to solve the drainage issues in Ghana or in Accra, if we will not change our own attitude, our own character, we throw things anyhow. Plastic, it's high time government ban plastic, the use of plastic. Where I am, when you go to any shop, you want to buy something, and you want a plastic bag, you pay for it. You can buy things worth $1,000 from this shop. You have to ask the shop owner, can I have a plastic bag? And they'll tell you, oh, it's 20 cents, or it's 50 cents. You pay before you be given. Because they try to limit the usage of plastics. The effect of plastic is what we are seeing. The effect, there are some shops you go, you not even get a plastic bag. They'll tell you to carry it and go away by yourself. If next time if you are coming, you go there with your own bag. We can do better, Ghana. We can do better. Now, let's listen to Anyagba. I'm about to run up.
Listen, 2024, Abani Etoya. Seka NDC winia. Sa nipa 34. Aya omowi.
I'm sorry, he is speaking in our local language. So what he's trying to say is that the 2024 election that took place, if the current ruling government had lost and they had won, if the current government had lost the election and their party, the New Patriotic Party, the NPP party, now in opposition, if they had won, he forgot they were in power for 8 years. 8 years, yet they couldn't solve the problem. Now, let's listen.
Seka NDC winia. Sa nipa 34. Aya omowi. Omote attest for asase. Because the NPP no abe mu a ka sa flag we e bi nsi ma nipa 34. Oba mo business access
8 years no. Bibi asensi amobi anhwere na.
Wo de ka onso wa ukai bia. Ukai bia pa so.
Maybe so.
I just say be na me ka kire ho no say ka NPP no abe mu a ade we sa nipa 34. Kwa bia so na komo kai ho no pe. Oba omofie aka nsu ase. Omo nyina no nka ene no komofie dey dry. Komwa omo business access.
You see, these guys are we call them dishonest intellectuals. They are very dishonest. They are very dishonest people. NPP. Ghanaians never again. These guys are very dishonest. They can look into your eye and they'll be seeing white, yet they'll tell it's black. And when you turn your back, they'll swap it and bring the white and tell you, you were lying before it, now before it shows white. These guys are very dishonest. I'll leave it there. Ladies and gentlemen, you are the best judge. Let me hear from you guys in the comment section. This is GH247 News Channel. Look, I love you guys. Let me know what you think about the happenings in Ghana as we continue to talk about the xenophobic attack and the South African president being denied entry to Ghana and all that. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be focusing gradually also on the happenings back home in Ghana. I'll see you guys on the next one when you see me. Remember, my name is Salom. See you when you see me. Shalom and peace.